Hello and welcome to the Matterhorn Business Development YouTube channel. I am Abby Johnson. Today I want to talk about the 4 pillars of business basics and how this can change your life and your business. Now, you may have heard us talk about this concept on this channel, but it's always kind of a glimpse and just overview. So I want to look at this a little more tactically with you and how you can actually apply these 4 pillars to your business. This concept is actually from my dad's book, Fun at Work. I definitely recommend you checking that out. There's a lot of great actionable steps you can take while reading that book. It's also available for audiobook, so check out Fun at Work for more on this topic. But basically, the idea is that every business, no matter what industry, has these 4 pillars. No matter what your business model is, you're going to have these. First, everyone needs to get new customers. Then they have to sell those customers, and then they have to deliver what was sold. And this is a cycle that keeps happening. This is the engine that keeps the business moving. And then what holds the whole engine together here is the 4th pillar, management. So this is everything else needed to run the business. So finance, HR, policy making, future vision, and goal making, and of course the actual managing of employees or managing of the work getting done. Now, the thing here is, as a business owner, especially if you're a business owner who started from scratch and didn't just acquire your business or get promoted into a CEO or inherit the business or something like that, if you started a business, at one point you probably were on your own, and maybe you're on your own now or just have 1 or 2 people helping you, but either way, you've got all this going on in your brain. And it's a lot. Believe me, when I was going from being an employee to being a business owner, I found a lot of tasks slipping through the cracks, and I didn't understand why, because I was always someone who's very systematic, very on top of my work and what I needed to do. But once my responsibility became a whole company rather than just one department of a company, I realized that I needed to organize myself differently and look at things differently. So even just looking at these 4 pillars, I hope you gain something from this concept alone of just, wow, okay, I have tasks and responsibilities in these different areas of the business. I think that alone is a big help. But let's go a little bit deeper and see how these pillars work together. So now some people might fight me on this, but the most important pillar here is selling. If you can't sell, your business will not survive. If you do not have a sales area, your business will not survive. Now, you could say that for any pillar here, without actually delivering a good quality product, you won't survive. Without any leads, you won't survive. But honestly, you could survive without leads. You could figure out a way to sell. You can go create your own leads, right? If all of your marketing went out the door. And delivery, there are a lot of people with a crappy product who still survive, unfortunately. So even though this business may be your passion and the delivery of it may be your passion and why you started, you're gonna have to sell or improve your selling if you want to survive. And the thing here is, the owner is usually the first person doing the selling of this, unless you partnered with someone else and they're a great salesperson and they're selling. You're going to have to kind of up your game and learn how to sell. Now, the great thing about selling is it's really just helping people. And if you're passionate about what you're doing and what you're delivering, then learning how to sell isn't going to be that hard for you. The next point here that I want to point out is these 2 pillars, sell and deliver, are usually where the owner gets stuck the most and where they are trying to get out of. And it's the hardest to get out of. Marketing is pretty easy to get out of as the owner. You can hire an agency, you can hire a kid to run your social media, you can hire someone else to do your ads. This is usually the first to be delegated. But delivery, especially if you're delivering some sort of one-on-one service, or even if you're something like HVAC or plumbing, I see this a lot where you deliver better than anyone on your team, and sometimes the client wants you there because they know you're the owner and they know you're the best. So it can be really hard to extract yourself from delivery and move up into this management role. Because a lot of people who come to me are trying to move up to that management role. There are a few people who, they're a chiropractor and they love adjusting, and even though they're the owner and have all these responsibilities, they do want to keep adjusting for a very long time. But I do have people where they would rather just be up in management, growing their practice or growing their business. The other side of this is selling. Because you start out selling and you get really good at selling your product, because you're so good at it and because you have a passion for it, this can be another thing that's really hard to hand over. But if you want to move into this management role out of these bottom 3 tiers here, pillars, then you're going to have to learn how to delegate both of these areas. We've got other videos on our channel for delegating. But honestly, this move is what I spend a lot of time talking to my clients about, is how do I get out of this area or out of this area? So if you feel like you need someone to talk to regarding that, or any issues that you're addressing in or coming across in these pillars, you can book a call below. It's a free assessment where we'll talk about the biggest problem in your business. We'll come up for a plan and see if maybe our programs are a good fit for you. Because when I work with someone, whether it's in our group coaching or one-on-one, we address each of these pillars and come up with an exact plan of how to improve that pillar and how to get you out of the business, or at least out of these 3 pillars up into management. So the next thing I want to point out, and what I want you to do is a little exercise here, is take a piece of paper, or you could even do this if you're more computer minded or like to do things on the computer. You could do this in like a task management software or something like that. But basically, if you take a piece of paper and you just divide it up in these tasks or these buckets of pillars and start writing your tasks in each bucket. And I think that's really going to help you go from, oh my gosh, I have to think of all of these things in here, and I'm working on marketing, and then, a client just called me, but then a new person just reached out, so I need to schedule a call with them, but then my accountant just called me, and you're bouncing around all of these pillars. It's so much easier when you divide them up this way and manage your to-do list this way. So I did actually recently make an Asana video of how you can do this in Asana and kind of get your tasks out of your head, delegate more by using this little exercise. But if you're not a techie person, you don't want to do the computer thing, literally what I would do if I were you is just take a piece of paper at the beginning of each week and write down your to-do lists in each bucket. And then the next week, if something didn't get done, you can carry it over. But this is really going to help you as an owner when you're shifting gears from each of these pillars. So I do want to invite you to check out our program, Adventure to Profit, below. This is our program that has different tiers of engagement. We've got a ton of course content going over topics like the one we just went over. You can see we have things on pricing, profit first, mindset of a CEO, monitoring statistics and results. But the great thing about this program is there are different tiers of engagement. So there's more or less coaching depending on what your wants and needs are. So go ahead and check out that page below, and you can get all the information on that. And on that page is also the opportunity to book a call so we can take a look at your specific situation and what the best route for you is going to be. And then, of course, I have to mention our channel sponsors, MetaPulse. This is how we monitor results. This is how we know which pillars are performing or not performing, which pillars need our attention right now, where are we winning, where are we losing, what's the score of the game. Everything that we need for that is in MetaPulse, so check them out. You can create a free account today, and that's everything you need to manage the growth of your business. So that was a lot. I hope that this was helpful for you. Please comment below and let me know if you got something out of this or if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.